Hello and welcome to the second part of Totally Insane Guinness World Records Insanely Big Hits. We've logged on to the worldwide interweb to find out the top 30 most popular Guinness World Records as watched by you. And we're going all the way from 15 to 1. Coming up, there's someone very tall, someone very stretchy, and kids with spiders on them, as we discover what is the #1 most watched Guinness World Record of all time. But first... For number 15, we're heading down under for the longest throw of an object.
Is 406.29 metres.
Aussie David Shummy, seen here dressed as one of your uncles on his holidays, is attempting to break the current record of 406.29 metres by hurling a boomerang as far as he can. And he's gone for a boomerang. Surely the last thing you want is for it to come back.
It's more than 4 football fields end on end. And usually I'm trying to get the boomerang to come back, so I have to use unconventional techniques. Boomerangs have a habit of knowing what you feel about them.
He's right, you know. I once fell madly in love with a boomerang, and it just knew. It was quite awkward for both of us. Oh, it's a good throw.
Go! Come on! Come on! Come on!
David's words of encouragement are sure to be helping. Thankfully, they've chosen a big, empty area with no obstacles in to do this.
Come on! It's in the tree.
Oh dear. But thankfully, it still counts. And here comes the adjudicator, dressed for the sunshine, to measure the distance.
427.2 metres. Congratulations.
21 metres more!
He smashed it. Well done. At 14, it's two demons of the BMX world who are going head-to-head for the highest ramp jump record. In one corner, Spaniard Jesus Fuentos, and in the other corner, it's Timo Pritzl of Germany. And even the Spanish Simon Cowell has shown up on the right there to watch. Jesus and Timo are both aiming to clear 5.12 metres, which would give them the record. Jesus is up first. And that jump was so good that fans have gone to a lot of effort making him a poster. A lot of effort indeed. Timo's up next. And he's over as well, which calls for a sporting handshake and an awkward half hug. So with a record beaten, they're now both going for 5.13 metres. Jesus is up first. Now last time he lightly touched the bar as he went over. But that is full-on heavy petting and doesn't count. Timo's up now. And he makes it over, but gets off his bike mid-air, which means he's disqualified and almost denied the opportunity to have children.
Ahí. Suelta el pie.
Another chance for Jesus. And again he clips it. So it's all down to Timo.
Último intento para
Off he goes.
Timo Pritzl.
Oh, almost, but he's made the same error as Jesus, which means that in the spirit of European unity, Timo and Jesus will share the record as presented by Spanish Simon. How nice. Over to Germany now for number 13, and a man with exceptional hair who likes playing the violin in dimly lit rooms. David Garrett is attempting to become the world's fastest violin player by performing Flight of the Bumblebee like a man possessed. Now, looking at it, that studio is probably a bit too well lit for David to be fully comfortable. Much better.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And he's even counted himself in. I do like a multitasker. Now, the current record stands at 1 minute, 6.56 seconds. This record attempt has drawn quite a crowd behind David, and you can see why. It really is the best angle from which to see his ponytail in all its glory. With a bit of a flourish, David's done it! And as violin royalty, he has his own special wave, like the Queen. He was a second and a half ahead of the old record, which means he's become the fastest fiddler in the world and is the recipient of a well-deserved sitting ovation. In at 12, Ian Wright is warming up our next competitor with a bit of friendly chit-chat.
A very, very big neck. The neck is massive, in fact.
Strong banter. But John Evans will be putting that neck to good use, as it'll be helping him balance something pretty heavy.
He's going to balance on his head. It's not a fridge, it's not a cooker, it's not even a motorbike. Here it is.
Thank goodness he stopped listing things it isn't. We'd have been here all day. It's a Mini.
Seeing somebody with a Mini on their head would make you look and say, there's a guy with a Mini on his head.
Insightful as ever.
I don't think I'll be that strong. If something should go wrong with it, it happens that quick, that fast, as you can imagine. You lose the balance and you've lost everything.
You just get squashed.
Like a frog.
We must stress again that you should never try and balance a car on your head.
Otherwise, you could end up on a TV show having your neck insulted by Ian Wright. To the record, then, John has got to balance the car on his head for 10 seconds without the aid of his hands. Oh, here goes, the Mini's up. But John does have to take his hands off first. And we're off. He's actually making this look rather easy. I suspect it isn't.
7, 8, 9, 10.
He's done it! You can put the car back now, John. John?
50,
John?
60, 70, 80, 90, 21.
Finally, John has called time on it after an impressive 33 seconds, giving him the record.
Whoa!
Good work. Well done, John. And more importantly, well done, Ian. If you thought John looked sweaty, check these guys out. At number 11, Tommy Bonds of America's Beale Street Flippers is looking to break the record for the longest backflip, so goodness only knows why they're playing basketball.
We will 100% break this Guinness record.
A nice understated entrance to kick things off. He always enters a room like this, which does make him very awkward company at a funeral. Tommy is trying to beat the current record of 3 metres 11 centimetres, and by the looks of it, he's also hoping to break the record for the world's longest shorts.
Yes.
He'll be hurling himself over this lot. So, without further ado,
2, 1.
he's off. Oh, it looks good to me. But what do I know? The only thing I've ever attempted to flip over is a pancake, and even that was unsuccessful. Let's get the word from the actual professional, shall we?
3 metres 75 centimetres.
He smashed it, which means he can start practicing for his next record for the quickest succession of low fives. And now we enter the hallowed top 10, the ones you viewed the most online. And at number 10, it's Sultan Kosun from Turkey. And yes, you've guessed it, he's the tallest living man in the world, measuring in at an incredible 8 foot 3 inches. No wonder he's walking instead of taking the tube. But how does a man get to grow so tall? Here's a doctor to explain.
He has a pituitary tumour, secreting a hormone called growth hormone. Not a very common condition, and it usually happens in adulthood. But of course, as you can imagine, it causes growth, and therefore if it happens at a young age, then the child grows much taller than he or she should, and as a consequence they become giants.
Well, being different is something that I live with, but I enjoy the attention.
They've deliberately tried to make him look as tall as Big Ben there, haven't they? Sultan is the first man over 8 foot to come to the attention of Guinness World Records in 20 years. And he's so tall, he even makes these fully grown adults look like children. At number 9, we head off to China for a nice relaxing lie down. Honestly, some people are just lazy, aren't they? How on earth did this get well over 3 million hits? Ah, that costume explains it. Today, Brit Rebecca Peach, who's wearing so little clothing she's having to use her hands to protect her modesty, and her ripped dance partner, Donovan Jones, are trying to break the record for the most rotations of a human flag. Rebecca will cling onto that rope with just one hand, while Donovan swings it around like a crazed bloke in stupid trousers. They've got 30 seconds to do as many rotations as possible, and the time begins when the tiny gong is struck.
R-E, go!
Donovan is handling that rope with the concentration and energy of a man who's lost control of a high-pressure hosepipe. As a safety measure, they've padded the studio floor with poinsettias.
Yeah!
OK, 30 seconds is up, so it's time to get the verdict.
That's fantastic. We had 40 rotations in 30 seconds. It's C'est sûr.
She may be shocked, but I never doubted them. With 40 rotations in 30 seconds, Rebecca has a Guinness World Record and presumably quite a sore arm, which allows me to use the seamless and timeless segue. Talking of which... In at number 8 with 4 million online views, it's a man who's put very little effort into his Peter Pan costume.
Gary, turn, everybody.
Gary has a rare medical condition, which means that his skin is basically one big elastic band, as Ian Wright will demonstrate here. Gary is so stretchy, he sometimes actually uses himself as a throw for his 3-seater sofa. Show us another, Gary. And that, viewers, is what Ian Wright considers family entertainment.
Tie around your belly.
People usually ask me, can I do it all over my body?
Do you want to see it? Well, you can't.
He is such a tease.
Anything you can do, Gary, that really, like, freaks people out completely?
Yeah, there is one. It's probably the double chin.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that is pretty unusual, and it's rendered Ian Wright completely speechless. And for that, I thank you, Gary. After the break, we close in on the top 5 with some very tight parking, some very fast thumbs, some very creepy crawlies, and we discover what makes it to the all-important number 1. Welcome back for the final push towards the all-time most-watched Guinness World Records clip online. We're now at number 7, and it's one of those records that's extremely hard, in the Mitchell Brothers sense of the word, as Anthony Kelly of Australia prepares to punch his way into the record books.
What are you going to attempt now?
I'm going to attempt a brand new Guinness World Record, the most martial arts punches thrown in 1 minute.
It's a big challenge, and Anthony's psyching himself up.
1, go.
He's going to try and set the record at over 100 punches. The gentleman in the background there is clearly having a lovely time.
Off to a raucous start, plenty of applause.
I imagine the people going online to watch this record were expecting some hardcore punching, not what appears to be the classic 1960s dance, the monkey.
The way home now.
But as time ticks away, he's slowing down a bit and looking tired. So, has he done enough?
3, 2, 1.
Well, it was certainly a pacey performance, so the adjudicator watches a slow-mo replay to check the punches all landed. It's like a really unexciting montage from Rocky.
And the result?
Oh, Grant, I'm exhausted just pressing the clicker. He was aiming at 100. The new Guinness World Record is 347 punches.
He set a new world record. Someone give him a pat on the back. Not too hard, though, because he will take you down. Well done, Anthony.
Quite extraordinary. You've broken your own.
If number 6 confirms anything, it's that you lot love parallel parking. Who can blame you? You're only human. It's Tanya DeVent with stuntman and international sunglasses ambassador Ronnie C. Rock attempting the tightest parallel park. Everyone's obviously very nervous about it, which probably explains the skid marks. So to reiterate, there are 2 rules. You can't hit the other cars, and you have to be within 30 centimetres of the white line on the curb. The current record stands at just 27 centimetres of total space left on either side of the car. And first up to attempt the record, it's Tanya.
Okay, Tanya.
This is Tanya's chance to prove to cynical and chauvinistic men everywhere that women can park just as well as the opposite sex. Yeah, it's a little bit out. Okay, it's Ronnie's turn now, and the gloves are off, as are his sunglasses, which is probably wise, as it's getting dark out there. Here he goes. Wow, that is incredibly close. Let's take another look. If I was a driving test examiner and someone parked like that during their test, I would give them a major high five. Congratulations are in order, because that is a new record for Ronnie at 26 centimetres. As for Tanya, well, she was allowed another attempt, but probably best not to go into that. And there goes the no-claims bonus. Top 5 now, and would you believe it, it's another parallel parking record, but this time from an age before Ronnie, when minis were actually mini.
parking manoeuvre, and this forms his second.
Our next contender is Russ Swift from Darlington, who's been at it for years. So, at number 5, let's go back in time like a not very ambitious time traveller to see his record attempt. It may have been a drizzly day in a car park near Leicester, but at least... no, can't think of any positives. But there was a suitably dramatic voiceover artist present to ramp up the tension.
It's now raining steadily, and Russ knows that his time is running out. He's got to go for the record now.
Told you.
He approaches at 30 miles an hour.
Reckless speeds. And a great attempt. It looks like a good, clean entry, I'd say. What do you think, dramatic voiceover woman?
That looks good. A clean entry.
I just said that.
Anxious faces as the adjudicators confirm the precise clearance. Just look how close they are.
Quite close. It's a good effort, though, and one that got Russ into the record books.
But I'm really pleased to break it now, and I think this record will stand for a long time.
Awkward. Back to Australia now for the 4th most popular Guinness World Record, and to an age before smartphones. It's the record for fastest text message. This guy, James Trussler, was the holder, but his crown was claimed by another, so he's here to win it back. It's like a story from a movie that's been released straight onto DVD.
You're a self-confessed texaholic. How many do you send a month?
Probably about 2,000 a month, but I can peak to about 4,000.
His mum must never be off her phone reading all of them. So what does he have to text?
The razor-toothed piranhas of the genera Cerosalmus and the Pygocentris are the most ferocious freshwater fish in the world. In reality, they seldom attack a human. That's a mouthful to say.
Well, I've got that one saved in my drafts already. I'd storm this record.
It's not going to be easy. We got a couple of uppercases in there. There's a hyphen, some full stops, and some tough words. They've got everything in there.
OK, so here are the rules.
Simply needs to type in the text we just saw as quickly as possible, with no mistakes whatsoever. So all punctuation and spelling must be absolutely correct. 3, 2, 1, go.
He's off. Yes, viewers, you are watching a man writing a text to absolutely no one. We've peaked.
But he had to get those 26 words out in under 43.2 seconds.
And unfortunately, it still stands. That was 51.3 seconds.
So close, so close.
Not that close. Number 3 now, and it's the second tallest man on our list, Ji Shun from China. He's the one on the right, dressed as a wizard. He's 7 foot 8.95 inches, and if you're struggling to gauge how tall that is, then as you can see, he's taller than a cameraman and smaller than Big Ben. At number 2, we're in Australia for something creepy and crawly. Unfortunately, the budget didn't stretch to Spider-Man, though.
He goes by the moniker Spider Boy. Would you please give a huge round of applause to Tom Buchanan?
Well, he's certainly a boy. Not convinced about the whole spider thing, though.
Now, I guess the name says it all. Yep. But what record are you going for tonight?
Getting in a box with 125 spiders for 30 seconds or more.
And are they poisonous?
No, luckily.
Right, but they may bite, or they do bite a little bit?
They can bite and they will cause a little bit of swelling, but not poisonous at all.
We've got paramedics standing by.
Yep.
Despite the fact that he's just told us they're not poisonous. Still, a bit of overtime, isn't it?
So what does he actually have to do to get himself a Guinness World Record here tonight?
Okay, as far as the guidelines goes, Tom can only wear shorts and must lie on his back in this Perspex box. He will then have at
So
least
it's not enough for Tom to be in a box with 125 spiders. He appears to have to do it half naked. Give the kid a break.
For 30 seconds.
Right, we're off. In go the spiders. And Tom seems to be holding up okay so far.
He loves it. And look at him, he's smiling.
This is like all the worst bits of a Bush Tucker trial. But on the plus side, he doesn't have to live in a jungle with Sunita and Pat Sharp. With almost 7.5 million hits, this is unbelievably popular. There's obviously a lot of spider fans out there.
Let's get our spider wranglers in there.
Thank goodness for that. Someone give him back his silk kimono.
Give Tom another huge round of applause. How did you feel in there? What was it like?
Oh, tickling.
Tom looks pleased with his efforts, and it's nice to see Sharon Osbourne popping in to congratulate Tom as well. He's clearly a fan.
Well, let's find out if you've got yourself a Guinness World Record, Spider Boy. What do you think, Chris?
He actually set a new record with 125 spiders.
Oh, fantastic work, Tom.
Kudos to Tom for that effort, and well done to all the spiders, who were each given a miniature medal and certificate.
Spider Boy. that? Well, the answer is you probably can't.
Excuse me, but I think you'll find we can actually. Because we're now at the end of our countdown. We've seen everything our weird and wonderful world can throw at us, from snapping bananas in half to snapping toilet seats in half. From frantic fiddling to furious rope twirling. And of course, a very odd bloke with maggots in his mouth. Why not? We have seen it all, but the question is, what record have you lot watched more online than any other? That is the incorrect answer. Now, we all know the human body can come in all shapes and sizes, from the very tall to the very short, from the very big to the very small, and everything in between. But at number 1 is a woman who towers above all other female record holders. Svetlana Pankratova of Russia is the very proud owner of some very long legs. She's not actually the tallest woman in the world, but her legs are almost 2/3 of her entire body, meaning that she is the Guinness World Record holder for the longest legs. Trust the users of the internet to watch this one the most, eh? In fact, Svetlana's legs are so long, they don't even fit on a sun lounger.
My name is Svetlana Pankratova, and I'm holding the record of the longest legs in the world, measured at 132 centimeters.
Or for the traditionalists amongst us, that's 4 foot 4 inches.
Sometimes I do get compliments somewhere on the street, which is nice. Sometimes people make pretty stupid comments about my height.
She certainly is a head-turner. Look at the attention she gets when she just nips out for a walk in Trafalgar Square with He Ping Ping at the time the world's shortest man. Whatever you do, don't look up. You will get arrested. But how does Svetlana feel about her towering fame?
Makes me feel very special. Makes me feel like a queen of the longest legs.
And with an incredible 13.5 million views online, Svetlana's legs are head and shoulders above the competition, making her our number 1 Guinness World Record holder tonight. Well done. I bet they take ages to shave though.